Hey guys, so on this set of notes, we're going to be looking at point-slope form and how to change an equation from point-slope form into slope-intercept form. So, if we're given a point, x1, y1, so any coordinate point like 3, 2, negative 2, 0, those kind of points, through which the line passes, so a line has to go through that point, and if we're given the slope of the line, then we can write the equation in point-slope form. That's just going to be y minus y1, so the y value of the point equals the slope times x minus x1, which is just going to be the x value of the point we're given. And then in order to solve, we're going to distribute and we're going to solve for y in order to determine it in slope-intercept form. Okay? So, first we're going to determine x1, y1, and m. Okay, that's a bad m, but we're going to determine the 2 points, parts of the points, and then the slope. And then we're going to substitute. So substitute these in to this y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And the only ones we're going to be substituting are y1, m, and x1. We're going to leave the x and y the same. And then we're going to solve for y so that we have y equals something times x plus or minus some other number on this side, okay? So, first we're going to determine x1, y1, and m. So, x1, y1, and m. So, this is the x, this is the y. So, x1 is going to be the x value. Y1 is going to be the y value here, and then the slope, m, is 2. So, we have, again, y minus, we replace y1 with this y1 here. Okay, so we have 1 is equal to, we have m here is equal to 2. This is where we replace that here, times x minus, and then we replace this one with this 4, x1. Now we're going to distribute the 2 first. So we're going to take this 2, and we're going to multiply it by the x, and we're going to multiply it by the negative 4. So we still have y minus 1 on this side. We have 2x, 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Okay, then we're just going to solve for y. We'll just add 1 onto both sides, giving us that y is equal to 2x minus 7. Okay, so again, you're going to determine x1, y1, and m. You're going to substitute those into y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then we're just going to solve for y by starting by distributing the slope and then solving for y, like normal. So again, we have x1, y1, and the slope. Okay, so this is x and y, and that's the slope. So x1 is going to be the x value, it's 2. Y1 is going to be the y value, is 4 of these points here. And then the slope here, m, is 1/2. So again, we replace y1 here is 4. Slope is 1/2. X minus x1 is 2. Okay, so we're going to multiply this 1/2 out. So we have 1 minus 4 on this side still. We have 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times negative 2 is just negative 1. Now we're going to solve for y. So we just need to add the 4 to the other side in order to get that y is equal to 1/2 x, okay, plus 3. And that's all we have to do. Now I want you to take the time now, go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to try number 3 first, okay? And then press play whenever you're done with number 3, and I'll go over it and we'll see if you got the right answer. Okay, so first we need x1, we need y1, and we need the slope. So the x value here is negative 6, y value is 0, and the slope is 2/3. So y minus y1 here is 0 equals, the slope is 2/3. X minus x1 is negative 6. Okay? If we simplify this a little more, we have y equals 2/3 times this x plus 6. Now in order to do that, we just need to distribute this 2/3 y equals 2 over 3 times x is just 2 over 3x, plus 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is going to give us 4. Okay? So now I want you to go ahead and take the time to pause the video and try number 4 on your own as well. I'm not going to give you the answer, okay? But you do know that once you've done it, you've determined what x1 is, y1, and m. You're going to do y minus, okay, that's going to be y1 equals m times x minus, and then whatever this x1 is. Okay, and then once you're done with that, you're going to solve for y so that you have y equals something times x, and then plus or minus. That's what that means. It could be plus, it could be a minus sign, some other number. Okay, so we're going to pause and try number 4 before we go to practice set number 2. Okay, welcome back. So now we're going to look at practice set number 2. These ones are actually giving us 2 different points, and we're going to write the linear equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, so slope-intercept, again, is the one that we're looking for at the end, but we're going to start by writing it in point-slope form. So in order to find point-slope form, we need x1, y1, and then we need the slope, but we also need x2 and y2 to find the slope. So using the 2 points, we're going to do y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, that's going to give us our slope. And then we are going to, once we've done that, put all of our numbers in to y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, like we did before. And then we're going to solve for y. Okay? So first off, we need x1 and y1. We need x2 and y2. And that's going to give us the slope. So x and y for the first point, -3 and 7. X and y for the second point is 1 and -1. Okay, just left to right. Now for the slope, we need y2 minus y1. So y2 is -1 minus y1 is 7 divided by x2 is 1 minus x1 is -3, so we're going to change that to a +3. Okay? Then if we go ahead and simplify that, we get -8 divided by 4, which is -2. Okay? So now we're going to do y minus y1. y1 is 7 here. Equals, slope is -2. We got that here. Times x minus, and then x1 here is this -3, so we're going to change it to a +3. And now we just have to solve for y. So we're going to go and distribute on this side. So we have this y minus 7 equals -2x minus 6. So -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 3 is -6. And now in order to solve, we just have to add this 7 to the other side, giving us that y is equal to -2x plus 1. Okay? So again, you're going to determine what x1 and y1 are, x2 and y2. You're going to find the slope using those, and then you're going to plug those answers, x1, y1, and the slope, m, into the equation right here. Okay? And then you're just going to distribute the slope and solve for y. So I'm going to go ahead and do number 6 now, and we'll see how this one goes. So again, we need x1, we need y1, we need x2, we need y2, and then we need the slope. Okay, so x and y for the first point are -6 and -7, just left to right. Second point, 3 and -4. Okay, so in order to find the slope, we need y2 minus y1 on top. So -4 minus y1 minus -7 changes to +7 divided by x2 minus x1. x2 is 3 minus -6 minus -6 changes to +6. Gives us 3 divided by 9, which is going to just give us 3. So our slope is 3. So we have y minus y1. y1 here is -7. Minus -7 is the same as +7. Slope here is 3 times x minus x1 here is -6. Minus -6 is the same as +6. Okay? Now we're going to distribute this 3. So y plus 7 is the same on this side. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 6 is positive 18. Okay, and now we're just going to subtract 7 from both sides in order to get y equals 3x plus 11. Okay. And so, actually, now that I see this, I see that I've made a mistake at some point in here. I actually would like you to look at this and determine where my mistake is. Okay, my mistake is in the slope somewhere, and see if you can get the answer. Y equals 1/3 x minus 5. So now I want you to go ahead and pause the video and try number 7. Okay, pause it, try number 7, try to get y equals something x plus some other number. Okay, and then I want you to go ahead and pause it right now, try and get that answer, and then I will go over it. Okay, so in order to figure this out, we need x1 and y1, x2 and y2, and we need the slope. Okay, so first point is 2, -1. Second point is 4, -6. Slope, again, is y2 minus y1 on top, divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, y2 minus y1, -6, minus -1 is the same as +1. Bottom is 4, so x2 minus x1 is 2. Okay, so we get -5 divided by 2. So -5/2. So we have y minus y1 is -1. So we're going to change that to a +1. Equals, slope here is -5/2 times x minus x1 is a +2. We'll go ahead and distribute this -5/2. Okay, so that's -5/2 x. -5/2 times -2 is going to be +5. And then if we go ahead and subtract 1, we get y equals -5/2 x plus 4. So we have it in that way. And go ahead and see if you got the answer correct there. Okay? So now that you've seen me do that one, I want you to pause the video and try number 8 on your own. And I am not going to give you the answer, but I will tell you y equals something times x, and it is going to be a plus some other number on the other side. All right. So now we're looking at parallel and perpendicular lines, okay? So we're going to write the equation of a line that's parallel. So we need the same slope to this and passes through the point. So this is going to be the slope, the thing that's multiplied by 2. So we need m is 2. And then we have x1 and y1 from this point. So we have -4 and -1. So it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay? So we have y minus y1 is -1, so we'll change it to a +1, equals m is 2, x minus x1 is -4. Change it there. Now we just want to solve for y. We'll go ahead and distribute this first. Y plus 1 equals 2x plus 8, because 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 4 is 8. And then we'll just subtract 1 from other side in order to get that y is equal to 2x plus 7. Okay, so that is going to be the line that goes through the point -4, -1, and it is parallel to the line that it's given us. Okay, so I am going to ask you to now pause the video and try number 10 on your own. Okay, so now that you've done that, we first have to look and see what slope we need. So we actually have x minus 3y equals 9, but since it's not in the form y equals something times x plus something, plus something, I put a 1 instead of an underline to show you that there's a blank there. Okay, we need to figure out what that slope is. We can't do it until we have it in this form. So we're going to subtract the x to the other side. So we have negative 3y equals negative x plus 9. Okay, and then we'll divide everything by negative 3. Okay, which is going to give us y is equal to 1/3 x minus 3. Okay, so now we need something that has the same slope as this. So we need the slope is 1/3. We have x1 and y1 from this point. So the x is 3, the y is negative 1. We have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We will replace y1, x1, and m. Okay, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one here. So y minus y1 here is negative 1, so we'll change it to a positive 1 because it's negative, equals m is 1/3. X minus x1 is 3. Okay, now we're going to solve for y, so we'll distribute this 1/3 first. Y plus 1 equals 1/3 x minus 1, because 1/3 times negative 3 is just going to be negative 1. And then we'll subtract 1 from both sides, giving us that y is equal to 1/3 x minus 2. And so that is going to be the equation of the line that's parallel to this x minus 3y equals 9 line, and it passes through the point 3, negative 1. Now that you've seen me do that, I want you to go ahead and pause and do number 11 on your own. Okay, I will let you know that you do have to start out by figuring out the slope of this line. So we'll have 6x plus 5y equals negative 10. You're going to have to get y equals something times x plus or minus something else. We'll put plus minus something else. We're going to use this to be our m. Okay. Our x value is going to be negative 10. Our y is going to be 9. Okay, just from this point here. And then you're going to put it into y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. You're going to plug those numbers in, distribute this m to both of those, and it's going to give us y equals something times x plus or minus something else. I think this one's going to be minus something else. Okay, so it's going to be in this form. Now we're going to be looking at similar types of problems, and we're going to be writing the equation of the line that is perpendicular to the lines we're given, okay, and goes through a point. So we're looking at perpendicular, so it's going to be negative reciprocal slopes, so we have 3/4. So the slope that we're looking for here, instead of 3/4, it's positive, so ours is going to be negative. Instead of 3/4, it's going to be 4/3. And then we have x1 and y1. X is 3, y is negative 3, okay? And we're going to have y minus y1 is negative 3, so we'll change it to a positive 3. Slope is negative 4/3. X minus x1 is 3, okay? We'll go ahead and distribute this, giving us y plus 3 is equal to negative 4/3x, okay? Plus 4, because negative 4/3 multiplied by negative 3 is going to be a positive 4. And then if we subtract 3 to both sides, we get y is equal to negative 4/3x, okay, plus 1. And that's going to be our answer. Now I want you to go ahead and pause and determine what the slope is that we need to use on this problem. So go and pause it, and then press play whenever you're done, and I'll see if you got it right. Okay, so we have this x plus y equals negative 5. We need to figure out what the slope is. So we need to solve for y. So we'll subtract x from both sides, just giving us y equals negative x minus 5. The slope here is negative 1. And we need perpendicular, so we're going to change the sign and flip the fraction. So negative 1/1, and change this sign, it's going to be positive. Flip the fraction is still 1/1, or m is 1. So we have the slope we're looking for is 1. We have the x value of the point and the y value of the point, so 7 and 3. And y minus y1 is going to be 3 equals the slope is 1. X minus x1 is 7. And now we have to just solve for y. So we'll multiply this 1 out, distribute it, giving us that y minus 3 is equal to x minus 7, okay? And then if we just add 3 to either side, we're going to get y is equal to x minus 4. And that is going to be the answer. So now I want you to go ahead and try number 14 on your own. Go ahead and pause it and see what your answer is. So again, we have to start out by figuring out what slope this line has. Change the sign and flip the fraction. That's the slope you're going to need here, okay? And then the x values -5 and the y values 1. And you can go ahead and type or substitute those into these points. So this is going to be y1, this is going to be m, and this is going to be x1. And then you're just going to solve for y equals something times x plus some other number. Okay? And now we are actually going to not be doing these perpendicular bisectors ones, so we're going to go ahead and cross those out. And let me know if you guys have any issues with any of these problems. If you have any questions, let me know immediately, and I'll help you the best I can. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all later.